Welcome to Business Mindset. Today we are gonna discuss why Africa is still largely poor. Please leave a positive comment down below and subscribe. Let's get into it. Africa, the second biggest continent on Earth, but it is by far the least developed continent. Africa is considered the poorest continent on Earth. Almost every second person living in the states of sub-Saharan Africa lives below the poverty line. In countries like Burundi, more than 80% of people live in poverty. A corruption pandemic is raging in Africa, indeed. From Malawi to South Africa and Zimbabwe, from Angola to Mozambique and Namibia, in countries across Africa, high-ranking civil servants and their relatives, in cahoots with industry and business leaders, seem to have long been shamelessly stealing from the long-suffering masses. It is believed that corruption costs African economies about $500 billion in 2021. Literacy in African countries estimated at roughly 70%, lagging behind world averages of 90%. 60% of youths in Africa don't have a high school education. As much as 60% of the youth population across Africa are unemployed. Last October, Foreign Policy also warned that Africa's unemployment problem is becoming a thing of global concern. The analysis rightly noted that Africa has the world's youngest population, with a median age of 19 years. It also does help that many countries in West and North Africa have been severely affected by terrorism. Terrorist groups like Boko Haram and Al-Shabaab are rampant in this part of Africa. These groups have committed countless atrocious acts like the Al-Qaeda bombing of the U.S. embassies in Nairobi and Dar es Salaam. In 2021 there were 5,226 deaths reported due to terrorist attacks. Most African nations suffer from military dictatorship, corruption, civil unrest and war, underdevelopment and deep poverty. The majority of the countries classified by the UN as least developed are in Africa. Numerous development strategies have failed to yield the expected results. Although some believe that the continent is doomed to perpetual poverty and economic slavery, Africa has immense potential. Africa, a continent endowed with immense natural and human resources as well as great cultural, ecological and economic diversity, remains underdeveloped. African countries need to build transformative, good governance and democratic institutions. A crucial component of such institutions is strong leadership. Leadership in the developmental state aims at defining an agenda that meets the needs of the people and puts national interests above personal interests. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.